What's good, people? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the quick settings that I use for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I'm also going to show you a quick color grading tutorial for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. For the software, I'm going to be using DaVinci Resolve. That's what I use. You can use any other software, but that's my main software. You can get the free version on the DaVinci website. So for this video, I'm not going to show you the best cinematic settings for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I've seen videos like that, but one thing you have to understand is that some of these people, they understand and they know how color grading works and they know how to use their camera, because majority of these videos at the end they tell you to buy their LUTs. So you're telling me that you've got the best settings and I have to use your LUTs that are worth about £60, which doesn't make sense. But anyway, in today's video is just a quick simple grade. You don't need to go crazy, because at the end of the day with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, you're just trying to make your vlogs look nice. You're just trying to make your videos look nice. The term cinematic has been overused and abused. That's why sometimes I try not to use it on my videos, because I don't just want to lie to people about something being cinematic when something is just basic and video-y. So in today's video, enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you think in the comment section about the color grading. By the end of the day, I'm not a colorist. I'm just showing you my tips that I use. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So these are the settings that I use for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Exposure on automatic, white balance on automatic. If I was using other cameras, I always love using manual. For glamour effects, I always turn it off. For color mode, I always leave it on normal color mode, unless you know how to use the D-Log amp or the HLG, then you can use those settings. For focus mode, I always leave it on continuous. For image adjustment, I leave it on default. And these are the settings that I use for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. There's no special settings, there's just the basic settings that are there. So this is how I approach my footage. People do things differently. We all do things differently. We do things that works for us. For me, I usually grade my footage before I edit it to make my life easy and simple. That's how I work. In DaVinci Resolve, I always go on the color tab. Some people, what they usually do is just they leave the footage like this. That's their style. That's what they like. For me, I always go in DaVinci Resolve and just tweak a little bit of things, because right now the footage is not good to my liking. At the end of the day, I'm not a colorist. I'm just showing you how I do things. So what I do, I create notes by pressing right click, add serial node. With these nodes, what I've done, I've labeled them highlights, midtones, and saturation. With the second one, that's where I play about with the lift, gamma, and gain. So I'll just call it lift. At the end of the day, I'm not a professional colorist. This is just me playing about with the settings and seeing how everything goes, because I just want a basic grade. So if I were to play about with the lift, gamma, gain, and offset, this is what will happen to the footage. You can see that there is changing without also damaging the footage. You can see that there is a difference since I started playing with gamma, lift, and gain and offset. If I were to go back, see that there is a change a little bit. Then I'll go to the highlights. What I usually do, I decrease the highlights. Some people will increase the highlights, but the more you increase the highlights, you see that the footage will begin to break. You can see there. So what I usually do, lower down the highlights a little bit, like that. Go back to lift, gamma, gain, offset, like this. Then I add a little bit of saturation to make the footage pop. Then I'll play with the midtones because it's a bit orangey. So I slightly play with the midtones so that there's a slight separation of me and everything. So I keep playing with it until I come up with something that is to my liking. And let's check before and after. This was before, this is after, and you can see that there is a difference. If I wanted to play with the contrast, I usually don't play with the contrast. I'll start with the first node then and see what happens if I were to play with the contrast. And this is what happens when you play with the contrast. But I usually don't play with it. I just leave it in the normal settings, but some people do. And this is what the footage looks like. Before, after, before, after. And this is just a simple grade. I'm going to try the same thing. So what I usually do in DaVinci Resolve, once I've created that sort of grade with DaVinci Resolve, I then create a power grade for it. So you go back to that footage, you right click and you click grab still. So now if I have the second footage that I want in DaVinci Resolve, I just drag it to the timeline and this is what it looks like. That's my grade. So if I want to mess about, if I don't like the way the shadows are looking like, I can go to and play with the shadows because it's a bit dark, a little bit. Play with the shadows, go back to highlights, play with the highlights. And this is my footage. This is what it looks like. This is the grade. If you look before, after, before, after. And it's just a simple grade, especially for things like YouTube videos. This is not for professional colorists, This is just someone, I'm trying to make my footage look nice. And this is what I come up with.